The Miss Universe 2022 headshots have recently been released, and this is a big moment. Usually I love headshots because I feel like you can tell so much about a contestant and their potential through a headshot. Not only obviously their beauty, but a lot of things as well. For example, the quality of a headshot may indicate the resources available to this contestant and their country, which you guys know I always say the more resources a country have, the better, because more resources equals more preparation equals bigger chance of winning. So that is very important to me. Other than that, it also indicates the person's personal style or the style that this particular organization or country has in mind for their contestants. You know, all of that. It is very interesting to look at Miss Universe headshots as a Miss Universe fan, and in today's video I wanted to go over my favorite headshots. And when choosing my favorite headshots, I was looking at their makeup style. So does it fit what is usually on trend when it comes to pageantry? I feel like at this moment, post-pandemic, I feel like a lot of people are going the more natural route. It's more fashionable for your makeup to be more neutral, more natural, as opposed to say 2016, even 2017, when makeup was a bit more bold. And nowadays we tend to be a bit more natural when it comes to our makeup, or as natural as you can be when competing in a pageant. I'll also be looking at obviously the women's facial beauty, but also their facial expressions, as I feel like when it comes to a headshot, it's important to make a striking, impact when it comes to your facial expression. So we'll be able to see these women's, photogenicity, if that's even a word, whether or not they're photogenic. And then other than that, I'll also be looking at the overall quality of the photos. So is it a bit too saturated? Is it not saturated enough? Etc, etc. Again, all of these things that will indicate whether or not this organization or this country or even this contestant has access to quality photographers, quality studios to do their photographs in. But even with that said, it's all very subjective. So without further ado, these are my top 10 favorite headshots for Miss Universe 2022. Firstly, I have Colombia, and yes, this list is not in any particular order. It will be in alphabetical order only. As I was scrolling down the Miss Universe website looking at these gorgeous photographs, I was writing them down one by one who my favorites were. So they will be in alphabetical order just as they appear on the Miss Universe website. And the first one that is my favorite is Colombia. This to me is gorgeous because she looks so fresh and again natural, which fits into what is currently trending when it comes to makeup in the pageant world, which we are not doing bright blue eyeshadow and all sorts of crazy blush and lip colors anymore. It's all starting to lean towards more natural makeup when it comes to what is fashionable in the pageant industry at the moment, and I definitely feel like Colombia passed the test when it comes to that. Other than that, I really like how fresh, how bright this photograph is. I feel like it fits this woman perfectly. Of course, she's gorgeous, her facial expression is amazing, and I just love her. The only thing about this photograph, if I should give any critique on it, is that I wish it was a bit more contrasted. In fact, I did it myself, and you can just see the difference. I wish it was just a little bit more contrasted. I feel like that would make it a bit more pageant headshotty, if you will. But other than that, I really like this photograph and I really love this woman. I think she's going to go really far at the competition this year. My next favorite headshot is Jamaica. Oh my goodness, this is just so glamorous and dramatic. I love the hair, I love her facial expression. This is sort of like your basic average Miss Universe or pageanty headshot, except she just put a little spice on it. I especially love those long, dangly, dramatic earrings earrings. This is just a gorgeous headshot in my opinion. Then I also had to mention Korea. You know what, this type of look with the very pale skin, the obviously colored lips, the eyeshadow, which you can definitely tell is there, does not necessarily fit into what I perceive to be the trend or the fashionable sort of makeup vibe we have going on nowadays, but I know that this is definitely where it is at in South Korea. So she definitely fits into the sort of beauty standards when it comes to the place that she's actually representing, which I can respect and appreciate. But I do love the glass skin look. I think that this is just such a unique headshot, just because she definitely incorporates all of the elements of what beauty looks like in her country, and I definitely appreciate that. Next, I have to mention Myanmar, because this is a very good example of what a standard good pageant headshot should be. But this woman is just so charismatic. She has this youthful vibe about her. I couldn't help but include her on this list, just because this is a top tier example of what a pageant headshot should be if you would ever submit one. Like, this picture should feature in a sort of handbook for pageant headshots. Again, another headshot that I loved is Nepal. This again is a beautiful example of a beautiful standard pageant headshot. Sometimes when it comes to pageant headshots, to be honest with you, simple is best. I feel like, especially nowadays, post-pandemic, when all of us are much more inclined towards simplistic makeup, simplistic concepts of, you know, beauty, fashion, etc. I feel like simple is best when it comes to pageant headshots, especially nowadays. And this woman executed it to perfection. She and her team, of course. And also, I must say, for Nepal, she does remind me a lot of Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical a few years ago. I don't know if that's just me. Then moving on, we have Panama. I absolutely adore Panama's headshot, because you can definitely tell that a lot of effort went into this headshot. It is a high quality headshot. This thing was planned. I love the fact that she has this big, glamorous, voluminous, curly hairstyle, but then it is sort of contrasted by her makeup, which is more neutral, which sort of blends into her skin tone in a strange way, if I can say that. I appreciate Panama's headshot, because I can definitely tell that a lot of effort went into delivering us this masterpiece of a headshot. And you know what, I am sort of contradicting myself, because I have been saying that we are going for a more simplistic thing nowadays, but I do think with Panama, she has these obviously manufactured curls and hairstyle, and even her makeup is a bit obvious, but I must say that she set herself apart with this gorgeous hair. Again, her makeup is not all sorts of crazy colors, blushes, eyeshadows, giant lashes like we used to see a couple of years ago, if we're being honest, and even still see to this day. She set herself apart with this hair, which I adore. I think that Panama's headshot is amazing. Moving on, I also love the Philippines' headshots. I love the earrings, first of all. I love how synchronized everything is. It feels like everything is working so nicely together. I love that she's looking like straight at the camera like this, and the earrings are creating such nice sort of symmetry in her face. I love the Philippines' headshot. I think that this is gorgeously executed, but what else can you expect from the Philippines? I am so happy to report that my birth country of South Africa definitely did not disappoint. Yes, oh my goodness, this is everything. I love the hairstyle that they've chosen for her. She has been changing up her hair so much since being crowned Miss South Africa. She has been changing up her hair in a million different styles within these past months, but I'm so glad that they chose this one for her headshot. And I definitely also think that the styling in this picture just fits her to perfection. These nudes and golds definitely fit her so beautifully because she has this warm skin tone. I absolutely love Ndavi. I cannot wait to see her competing at all of these pageants representing South Africa. Another headshot that I absolutely adored was Uruguay. This headshot gives me feelings that I cannot physically explain. I love that hair like sort of coming across her face. You know, when you're a child, your mother always tells you get your hair out of your face for pictures, and Uruguay just went and did the opposite, but she did it so beautifully. I love this headshot. This is arguably the one definitely up there. Like, if this list were to be in particular order from my least favorite to most favorite, Uruguay would definitely be up there with my most favorites because I just love how this is executed. With the hair across the face, it's gorgeous. It just sets her apart so much. Also, her expression, the quality of the picture itself, absolutely amazing. Lastly, we have Vietnam. Vietnam is very similar to Myanmar and Nepal, with regards to the fact that this is very much a standard pageant headshot. When I say the word pageant headshot, this is usually what comes to mind. But again, just like Nepal and Myanmar, this is so beautifully done that it cannot be left out. And again, if you're not the most creative person on earth, I would definitely say that keeping it simple is better than trying to do too much in order to stand out, because especially nowadays, I feel like if you are keeping it simple, at the end of the day, you will stand out because of that. Anyway guys, those were my top 10 favorite Miss Universe 2022 headshots. Please let me know what you guys thought. Who were your favorites? I would love to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.